Hello and welcome to How Time Flies, the video newsletter for the High Plains Western Heritage Center here in Spearfish, South Dakota for the month of May 2020 it is. I'm Brian Leslie along with Carla Scoville, the Executive Director at High Plains, still practicing a little bit of social distancing, not quite like we were last week, but we're still a little bit further apart, but that's all right. We are absolutely thinking spring, as you can see in front of us here, and we're going to be talking about that in just a minute. But I think a lot of our friends and supporters, Carla, want to know is when are we going to be open to the public again?
Well, as of this week, it's June 1st, so we are looking to open to the general public June 1st. In the meantime, though, we're going to be here doing some cleaning projects and a lot of reorganization, so we're going to make ourselves available to those of you who have guests in town, either for graduation or Mother's Day or Memorial Day coming up. So we'd love to have you give us a call or an email, and we would be more than happy to open up for you and your guests. And also, as you mentioned, our gift shop and bookstore is going to remain open basically upon request, or as long as we're up here, we'll open up for you. We have great books and great gift ideas. Don't forget about us for those reasons, those special gifts coming up in May. As often happens when we're
going through our house or wherever, our office, and we're cleaning things, we find stuff that was in a box somewhere in a corner. And while going through some reorganization here during the closure, came across these books called The Black Hills After Custer by Bob Lee, with some wonderful photos. This book is out of print, and you found a whole box of them down there.
We did, and Wells Fargo had made those available to us a number of years ago. So we are looking forward to making those available to the public as well.
Yeah, so they'll be in the bookstore, and the bookstore is open for folks that want to give you a call.
Yes,
come and shop.
Call or email, just to make sure we're here, since our hours are a little bit irregular through May.
Yep, and so it's 25% off the gifts in the gift shop and the bookstore during this month, so be sure to take advantage of that. I might also want to mention Doug Hoff has his new book out, so if you're in the bookstore, you might want to pick up a copy.
Yes, The Winds of Time, honoring Anna, book 2. And also during the month, as we'll be mentioning, one of our live stream events is going to be Paul Higby and his PowerPoint presentation on the first strike. So that book is going to be made available at 25% off as well. That includes these books we're mentioning today.
Sure.
And because of the COVID and the social distancing, if people want to give us a call or an email, they can request a pre-autographed copy. He can personalize it however you'd like. It'd be a great Father's Day gift, Mother's Day gift.
Awesome.
We have a limited number of copies of that available.
And as you would remember, in December, Paul was here giving a presentation with this, but in his return presentation on the 16th of May of this month, he's going to have some PowerPoint slides and some additional information. So it should be a lot of fun. So let's talk about that for a minute, Carla, because we are going to have the theater open for a limited number of seats for 2 events this month, beginning on the 16th of May at 1 o'clock with our speaker series, Paul Higby, talking about this very book. So tell us about how that's going to go.
Well, like everyone else, we're learning as we go, so that'll be our first live event since the whole COVID outbreak, but we are going to make 50 seats available. And so for Paul Higby, we're asking just a suggested donation of $10 that would help the Heritage Center at this time. And then on Sunday for Orion and Stacy, I know you'll be going into that a little bit further as well. Same thing, just 50 seats available, but we'd appreciate a call and a pre-reservation if possible.
Sure. So we're going to be limiting seating on the 16th to 50 seats, and we'll maintain some physical distancing. I think we're all kind of familiar with that process. On the very next day, which is Sunday afternoon, High Plains Live kicks into gear again. We're so excited that that's going to happen. And it's going to be Forever 50s with Orion and Stacy Potter, an awesome concert, and that's going to kick off at 2 o'clock. And again, a limited number of tickets available, 50, so please call the center to get those tickets.
Yes.
Does that sound about right?
It does.
Yeah.
And I neglected to mention, we are co-sponsoring the first strike, the talk with Paul Higby, with Tiffany and John Pocock down at Ameriprise. Yes,
Financial.
Thank you. I know it's not Tiffany Pocock, but John and Tiffany at Ameriprise, generously donating to help us advertise and get that presentation put out there for the public. So thank you. And we also had some really nice couple sponsors for Orion and Stacy Potter as well. There were 3 couples that are fans of their work and fans of the Heritage Center, and we appreciate their donations as well to help make the Potter concert happen.
Really meaningful this time, right about now, when the buses aren't going to be coming back until toward the middle to the end of summer, and so there's a really need for that, and so we appreciate that so much. I did want to mention also the fact that on those 2 events this month, on the 16th and 17th, we are going to be initiating our first attempt to live stream those onto the High Plains Facebook page, do a Facebook Live of both events, Paul Higby's events, book presentation, and also the concert by Orion and Stacy. So we're looking forward to seeing how that all goes, and hey, who knows, we might be onto something big here. You know, and speaking about keeping connected, wanted to mention that we have a brand new YouTube channel for the High Plains Western Heritage Center. To find it, just go to youtube.com and in the search box go High Plains Western Heritage Center, and it'll come up with our little round icon. Click on that and you will be taken to the High Plains Western Heritage Center YouTube channel, and then look for the subscribe button and click on that. And if we get to 100 subscribers, YouTube tells us that they'll give us a special, easy to remember address that we can use in all of our promotions and publications so that you can find the site. We're having so much fun with it. This last month we put together some new videos. We released a speaker series with Paul Horsted, so I'd encourage you to watch that. Paul does such a wonderful job. And then we also uploaded a couple of special videos, one on the Spearfish Veterans Monument, because the center here does a lot for the veterans, and that was very meaningful for the High Plains. Also, Don Peterson and I have been having a lot of fun recording a bunch of High Plains Western Heritage History Minutes. And so we did the first couple of them. There are going to be some more coming out this month. So check out the YouTube page. Be sure to subscribe. And when you do, when a new video comes out, you'll get a notification and you can watch it.
Great. Thank you again for Western Sky Media and all the work you're doing on that, Brian.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Doing well. I think we also should mention, now that the grass is growing again, a shout out to Merle's.
Yes, we're really glad to see them coming back again this year. Thank you again to Merle Landscaping and all of his guys that do and gals that do such a great job for us. Keep our lawn beautiful.
Yeah. The rifle raffle is going on too, so if you come by or give us a call, be sure to put your name in for a raffle ticket.
Yes, that'll be one way you can really help us this year with some much needed funds. That is a beautiful rifle, and we only sell 200 tickets at $25 a piece. You can either stop in for a ticket once we open or give us a call. We'll mail you one if you're receiving this from out of state. We're happy to do that. We still have a mention as well, the Spearfish Canyon book that we're mailing out, and we've sold several of those. Suggested donation of at least somewhere around 30 would be great, but we'll take anything between 15 and 30 to help us with the postage of that. That was such a wonderful donation that we had received for those books.
And of course, donations are always well received during our shutdown time, so be looking on the website for a way that you can give directly to the High Plains through the website, and stay in touch also with the newsletter, which is due out soon. Might also mention that during the closure, as you referenced earlier, been a lot of cleaning and going through boxes and sorting out some things upstairs. As you'll see, last month in the newsletter we talked about that, but some more reorganization of the homestead kitchen and parlor is going on.
Yes, the new name is what we're looking at, the Homestead Kitchen. We did receive a beautiful Hoosier from Bill Melius to add to our collection upstairs and help us display items. It is beautiful. So when you come back in, you will have an updated display to enjoy. Yeah,
and it's expanded the room up there too quite a bit. So you can actually, it's easier to see everything that was tucked in so tightly before. Now it's easier to see. I think there's a Victrola up there now.
Yes.
If you have never seen one of those.
2 of them.
Old Victrolas. It's kind of fun to look back and kind of remember some of those things. So we probably want to mention June 6th, Bill Bosch will be back with his book on the German Russians.
Yes, that's right. That'll wrap up finally our spring
Bill.
speakers.
I tell you,
speaker
like
series.
2 years ago, we had Bill scheduled, or maybe it was 2 years ago, it seemed like it, and we had such a bad snowstorm, so we had to reschedule that again, and then it was at a bad time, and so we said, we're going to finally give Bill a chance this year, and then of course everything closed down. So mark June 6th on your calendar and give a shout out to Bill Bosch for his book presentation, because it's an awesome book. I've been through that book. It's a great book on the German Russians, a very unique culture that settled in this area. So he has a great presentation to bring on that.
He does.
The 6th of June. So, What else? Anything?
I think that about wraps it up, I hope.
All right. Thank you for joining us for How Time Flies for May of 2020. We will see you again next month. Be safe out there.